We're gonna try this again.
I'll change the scenery.
Still change the scenery.
From, you know,
It feels like
infinity room to oven.
it feels like a fucking gooch in here, but you know,
We'll live.
we live.
You can't feel like a Gucci, Gucci is a bridge.
I'm already dog skin, so
The
this
gooch is the bridge between your butt and your
I
nuts.
know, but it can't feel like in a.
It's like you know.
You said in a gooch.
I mean, it's possible. People go face swimming, man. People do it. People are strange out here, man. Very strange. But we getting off topic.
Anyway, so on February, what was it, the 4th? It was the 4th, right? On February 4th, 2018, the New England Patriots.
Third. Well, whatever.
4th, 3rd, who gives a fuck?
Man, Super Bowl.
What happened?
Man, honestly,
It doesn't matter what happened, y'all lost!
this is true. Patriots did lose.
Now, let me break this down. I'm a Giant fan. So, 3 teams I automatically do not ever want to see prosper in the history of the motherfucking National Football Association. It's the Cowboys, Washington. They don't even get the right to say they're fucking...
Cowgirls.
Sorry, you mean Texans Jr. the Washington Indians
You know
and the
what?
Philadelphia Ducks.
The Ducks.
You know what? I'm
Back for America.
I'm gonna explain the pun behind the Washington Clevelands because you know the Cleveland don't have that logo no more. That's why that's so funny. They don't have that logo no more. They're not supposed. They can't even like show the logo no more.
What you talking about? Cleveland? The Indy? You heard about the Indians' new logo?
What is it?
LeBron, nigga. But we get to that later.
Is LeBron grinning?
Yo,
It's LeBron like.
Is LeBron doing the cheap Wahoo grin?
Is LeBron with like one of those little half-broken cigarettes, like it's bent and everything, and he got like a do-rag on. That's it.
Nigga said a do-rag.
Some flip-flops, tank top, cleaning house.
Got one of those Beamer hats, those little tennis hats. Out the back, we're gonna replace the feather like this.
These motherfuckers crazy. We gotta get these motherfuckers out there. You know.
Nah, but you hear about the Browns logo too? It's not gonna be the Bulldog no more.
We talk about that later. We talk about
What
that
is
later.
it, Bull Braun?
Bull.
Alright, but back to the Super Bowl. I mean, it was a good Super Bowl.
No, it wasn't.
Defense was trash.
No, it wasn't.
I'll explain.
Listen, if I wanted to see the BCS happen all over again, I watch the BCS when it happens in the beginning of the fucking new year. Not a whole extra month when I expect fucking the NFL to actually pull something off, like not having the fucking Philadelphia Eagles win a Super Bowl.
You know why I feel like the Eagles really needed to win this.
No, they do not need to win.
I mean, just listen real quick.
No.
Just hear it out. Either way, what happened in the Super Bowl, even if the Patriots won, Eagles lost, Philly was going to become a war zone, regardless.
Yeah, so kind of right there.
What's the best thing to do? We got it. Might as well, fuck it. They might as well win. Either way, it's going to be a war zone. People going to get arrested. So, see it like this.
Nobody got arrested.
But that's the funny thing. Nobody got arrested.
Okay, let me calm down.
That's not happening.
Retract the Giant thing. That's what
Retract the Giant thing, which will not happen.
At least wait, no.
But let me retract
The
sports.
Giants were in the Super Bowl though.
Shut the
They were
fuck
though.
up.
They were though.
Shut up. We'll get to that later.
I'm just saying.
But
That's why the Patriots lost.
sports
Eli's 0-3.
Yes.
You mean Eli's 3-0, not 0-3.
Yeah, 3-0. My bad, 3-0.
See, Patriots fans try to reverse the shit.
Exactly.
Can't help it.
You know.
Can't help it.
Anyway. Sports fans aside, that's just how Philly is. That's literally a normal fucking day for Philly. I'm dead ass. And it's like Philly as a city, everything else about Philadelphia is beautiful.
But
I just hate the fucking Philadelphia Eagles.
you know what's funny?
With a dying passion. We ain't gonna talk about that had the easiest fucking schedule of all time. This was worse than like the 2015 fucking Atlanta Falcons that they basically gave them a fucking first seed and they still fucked
Oh, you mean
up.
that's what happened? That's what happened with the Eagles. They played like almost all teams under 500,
Exactly.
literally, and then coast in a playoffs.
They had a few mistakes from the Atlanta game. They had the fucking Minnesota Vikings on a hangover. That's why they fucking lost.
Pretty much. You know,
It was the ghost of Carson Palmer's career possessed Case Keenum.
Oh man.
That's what happened. We're not gonna talk about hangovers. We don't use that as an excuse.
Let's not talk about what happened with the Saints. That shit was sad. Throwing the ball and it's like, oh, the ball's coming. Oh, what's that? I think that's 25. Touch. Oh, damn.
We lost.
Fuck.
Damn.
Oops. Next year.
Like
Okay.
that Falcons game, I'm like,
Oh my god.
not a single touchdown was thrown in that Falcons game. Got won by field goals. Like how the Super Bowl won by field goals.
I mean,
So the Eagles had 13 field goals and a safety to the Patriots 11 field goals. Let that sink in.
yeah.
All field goals. Most field goals ever in the Super Bowl between two teams.
You know what's funny? This is probably the most interesting thing about this Super Bowl. For the simple fact of the Eagles winning the Super Bowl literally overshadowed the fact that this dude admitted that he fixes games for the Patriots. Notice no one talks about that anymore.
Yeah.
That's not even a thing anymore, like at all. It's, oh, the Eagles beat the Patriots lost. Well, that's great and all, but who's gonna actually like tackle the fact that
Roger Goodell
was fixing
said
games
for the Patriots.
and he had openly admitted this, like. But
And what makes it funny, he compared the NFL to the WWE on top of that.
that's the funny thing. It's like he's trying to build a storyline here. He's trying to give it like some edge. You know?
maybe Vince should take some fucking pointers.
Before you know it, I guess Payne's gonna
years
come
from
out of
now.
retirement.
2 years from now.
Payne's
What
gonna
neck?
Payne's gonna come out of retirement.
With
for the
what
Royal
neck?
Rumble.
With what neck? What's she gonna be?
She don't need to be the next.
Who needs a neck to be in the Royal Rumble?
She come to the orangutan. She be a fit orangutan.
You gonna come? What's this? Entry number 31, Peyton Manning. He's got a chair. God damn it! I can see it now. It's gonna be an interesting promo.
Like, you can see women's Royal Rumble again. What is that orangutan? Why is that spider monkey fit? What's
There's a
going on?
women's
Oh
Royal
shit!
Rumble now?
It is Paige.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, let's get down to it.
Whoa.
Let's get back to the game. First and fucking foremost.
No defense.
You know, that was
What is defense?
a very good college football game that I watched.
What is defense?
Some Oregon Ducks.
Second of all,
Wait, hold on.
wait, hold on.
Focus that defense then. You ever played?
What defense?
Just listen.
There was no defense.
No, you're right. But you ever played like the old football game?
It was like
but just listen.
it was like Tecmo Ball.
and you throw the
Like
ball.
what the fuck are these controls, B? Why they moving so slow?
But
Why they moving so
You
slow?
throw the ball and then you pause the game and then switch your control over to the other team. And then the defender that's running, you switch it back all the way that way. That's exactly what that game looked like. Like completely. Like no one just decided to tackle properly. It's like, oh, he caught the ball. Oh, he scored. All right.
Fuck it.
Yeah. Oh well.
Okay, but seriously, breakdown. We have that half-ass first quarter. I forgot it even fucking happened when you had
Field goals on field goals on field goals.
both kickers are getting fired. Explain yourself.
I mean, there's nothing to really explain. Gostowski, there's nothing to really say about that. I didn't even expect that. One, okay, that's fine. Two,
Bill Belichick was handing out hands to everybody except for Brady that game. After that
the
Super
thing
Bowl.
is though,
And the referees got punched.
Gostowski's really gone. Like he's gone. Like that's not even like, oh, maybe he'll stay. No, he's gone. Like you missed 2 field goals in the Super Bowl. You're gone.
Give me your good leg.
Yeah.
I'm taking it.
You're done. Like, what happened in Avengers? He's like, hey, it's me, hey. He's like, look, you're done. You're done. No, I can still, no. You're done. We're good. Go home. Like, I'll call Aunt May. You're done. Go home. You're done.
Yeah,
That's exactly what's gonna
and it's
happen.
like,
There's no honor room.
because if you break down all the fuckery that happened in the first quarter, if this motherfucker makes both his field goals, instead of being down by 8, you're down by 3.
4, yes.
Because he missed the point after touchdown, and
Yeah. One after the touchdown.
you missed a regular field goal. You're down by fucking 3. Mind you, he missed the field goal. He missed the field goal first. That was in the first quarter, but he makes that. It's 7. It's 7. It's 6. It's no. He makes that field goal. It's 6-3 in the first quarter.
2 field goals to 1 field goal.
Not bad. Take that.
And then you go into the second quarter and then you do the damage in the second quarter, and then that makes the third quarter that much more painful. It changes the dynamic of the game. And then when you add that with the point after touchdown, let's just say everything else happened and you just make the last those 2 field goals. Instead of being down by 4, instead of being down by 8, you're down by 4.
Not to mention the dumb shit that Brady Cooks did.
Time out, wait. I'm about to get to that.
Popped.
We about to get first and foremost.
He died.
First and foremost, shout out to Malcolm Butler with the greatest line of bullshit I ever heard in my life. Got caught smoking weed. Got benched by Belichick. That's why we didn't see him. And then, literally, he had the audacity to say, I was just chilling with my fam. These allegations of me indulging in paraphernalia.
Honestly, though, I feel like sitting him down was a little extreme. Like, that's like...
No, to me, as a coach, because as a coach, if you know that's a rule,
Gotta enforce it.
No matter who it is. So it's like at the end of the day, you gotta put yourself, it's like why the fuck are you being in a situation where you niggas can even judge you?
True, but
why put yourself in that situation as a player? That's why I got it. Like, that's the thing that's just fucking me up. And it's like, Malcolm Butler is cornerback. That can change the dynamic of the fucking game. But that's neither here or there. Then you just got the abysmal run game that was what the fuck. Well, mind you, both defenses looked like barbecue chicken. It just looked like a game of NFL blitz all over the fucking place.
That game.
It was just
Blitz
like
the league.
It was just all over the place. No, not even Blitz the league. We're talking about Blitz 2000, and it was just
with a little taste of NFL street.
Exactly.
Little taste.
Speaking of NFL streets, fuck what Brandon Cooks did, or Marshall Cooks, whatever the fuck his name is. He got cooked. He dead. What the fuck was up with this nigga trying to hop over?
Oh my god, that was crazy.
Yo, he said...
Yeah, hopped over and gave him nothing but nuts in the face. Like, he said, yo, catch me. Like, no one knows, no one cares.
I think it was intentional, though. Like,
it wasn't intentional. You don't run at, but it couldn't be intentional. No one can be that stupid. Because let me break down the 2 bonehead plays that the Patriots made. Match the 3 bonehead plays. Well, I'm gonna leave the Brady catch alone because the Brady drop.
Nah, Brady's 6th finger was like, he was trying to wiggle out, and it kind of messed up his hand coordination. That's what happened.
It just looked funny seeing Brady go up for that. It's
like Brady looked so slow. Brady looked like
homeboy from A Mice of Men who had his one hand inside of a glove of Vaseline.
Man, I could have sworn I was watching Bama versus Clemson. That's what it looked like.
Nah, watching Tom Brady run was like watching you start up AOL. Like,
you gotta go older than that. We talking Macintosh, baby. We talking.
You mean
that.
It crashes as soon as it?
Oh yeah, you understand.
Boom.
We talking that.
Brady just had his nails done. Brady was like, oh no, not my fingers.
No, manicure.
No.
So
I need my soft hands. I need to shake Donald Trump's hand again.
You mean like...
when his strong jawline wife decides to go like, my husband can throw the ball and catch it at the same time. It's because he can't catch, boo-boo.
Yeah.
It's because he can't catch.
He should have taken class. Mike Mariota.
Now back
Marcus
to
Mariota.
Now
should have taken a class. But like, this is how you catch a touchdown.
The funniest shit, because Mr. Harrison from the Pittsburgh Burgers decided, he decided to join the Patriots, and
I'm gonna get a ring.
That failed. But what he did, which was fucking hilarious, Antonio Brown from the Pittsburgh Burgers decided to say, yo, Harrison, yo, tell your boy Brady if you need some lessons in catching, I got him. That shit had me crying at my job.
The thing is, the reason why it was accurate.
It was accurate.
There's nothing you can say to that, though.
It's like, because if Brady catches that ball, he's a good 20, 30 yards down the field. because he's not fucking scoring. He's slow as shit. He's gonna run out of bounds. Old man Brady is one hit away from being fucking edge right now. It's like with a broken neck and he can't play ever again.
Drew Bledsoe.
It would have been Peyton. That's it.
My neck. I can't feel it. Ah.
How? But back to the real play. Why was Brandon Cooks running around in a circle like it was like what the fuck was the point with your players? And like they decided they wanted to be fucking heroes and try to make a play in situations where you don't need to make a fucking play. Literally, if Cooks would have ran straight up, he probably would have gotten a good 5 to 10 yards. But you know what he did? He decided to think this is fucking Scooby-Doo, where are you? And decided to fucking run in a circle, thinking that the fucking creeper's behind him, and he got creeped on.
He was waiting for the mystery machine to give him a ride, you know?
No one fucking cares. Cause that motherfucker damn near was going on his second fucking lap and got clapped. Like
He
that.
got blue shell. I mean, it was in first place. Wow.
It's not even a blue shell. It's
Nah,
like,
he got hit by a Saberman when he was on the floor. You see that? You see like a green jersey? Saberman, boom, done.
I think it's something more hilarious. I'm trying to think what.
That nigga was like fucking Jody and Baby Boy when he got yoked up by Ving Rhames.
It's like quick math here. When Steph Curry did the dab, Bron got the first win, got the first title for Cleveland ever.
Yeah, I mean the Cleveland LeBron.
The Cleveland Bronvaliers. The Bronvaliers.
Let's actually talk about that.
It's Cleveland. It's the Cleveland Bronvaliers.
How can one player have so much influence on the team?
Because Dan Gilbert is sucking his dick.
I mean,
Dan Gilbert is sucking his dick.
but still, when you could just
Dan Gilbert is sucking his dick.
Just listen, when you could go in the locker room and be like, all right, look, fellas, we're gonna do a little shake it up, a lot of us, we get to play with each other and everything. Cool, bro, what you got in mind? Well, glad that you asked, because you actually get traded, bro. Damn.
Nah.
Really?
Wait.
Who else? Actually, you and you is
Nah.
Yeah.
The way Cleveland traded players was like they gave up players to make a new expansion team. That's how it went down. That we all knew Iman Shumpert was getting traded.
I mean, what is
Dwayne Wade thought like, yeah, I'm cool.
Yeah, me and Bron, bro, we cool, man. We party
Get back to Miami.
Go home. You ain't Dwayne Wade.
Go
you
home,
just
bro.
look like him. Be gone.
Oh, bro.
Wanna be? Be gone.
Remember Space Jam?
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
You
about.
ain't Charles Barkley. You a nobody, man. You can't even play. You just a fake, bro. Get out of here. Like, just leave. Like,
Wanna be? Be gone.
that's exactly what happened.
That's how
to
LeBron
Wade.
felt. But then let's get started. Like we're gonna talk about the bum ass Cleveland and how much I enjoyed that trade deadline because Cleveland I think won full 2006 Britney Spears or 2007 Britney Spears.
I mean, it seems like
it's like they're in the front office shaving their fucking heads. And and LeBron screaming, "Give me more!" in the fucking locker room, and we just don't know what the fuck to do. Now, mind you, are the trades bad? A little bit, because
Majority of them.
two, 3 of your players that you done got in the offseason that just passed, you done let go already. So it's like, what the fuck was you doing in your offseason? Why did you think this was gonna work? First and foremost. Second of all.
First off, they only picked up a backcourt. They only have one forward out of the whole thing. They got a backcourt. They just picked up little niggas. Literally.
Besides,
The only thing they picked up that was over 6'6" or something
Jay
was
Crowder.
Larry Nance Jr.
Jay Crowder too.
Jay Crowder got
Traded. Crowder's gone.
Crowder's in Jazz.
Damn.
So-
This is his career.
Yep. So is D Rose.
Where's he at?
The Jazz.
Yeah, most of them went to the Jazz.
He's jazzing up his ankles now, boy. That
What
ace.
ankles? What ankles? That man got Lego blocks for ankles, man. You let a
Hold up.
You let a
I
Lego
don't know
drop
who
the
Derrick
wrong way.
Rose is. I don't know who.
Oh, you mean Antonio McDyess?
I don't know who Derrick Rose is. You're talking about. I knew Antonio McDyess got traded to the Jazz. That's what I know of. Derrick Rose, I last remember was a Bull.
I mean, the Derrick Rose I know, if he don't exist anymore, I could have sworn Greg Oden's knee went over to
Retirement?
The Jazz.
Nah, Antonio McDyess is the Jazz. I don't see how that goes.
Okay.
He might be wrong.
All right.
But
Cleveland, I don't know. I mean, Cleveland.
There is no finals though. I don't care what anyone says. There is no finals.
Finals? Don't talk about finals.
You know, people, but you gotta understand, there's Cleveland fans who like, you know, we still got Braun, we gonna make it regardless. Like,
play defense on Kevin Durant. Shut my dick.
but then you
Play defense on Kevin Durant.
You're right. No, you're right. But
Speaking of that, I'm about to get up the Stoke NBA. The All-Star games have been down with 2 captains. We all know LeBron here had the first pick. And we all
let me get
knew,
Katie, let me get Steph. You know what? Let me get that ref on the side too while he at it.
Nah, cause Steph and LeBron as captains. We all knew LeBron's first pick was Kevin Durant. I could smell Kevin Durant with the first words out of his mouth.
You know what's funny though?
He don't want to play defense. He's not playing defense on that.
You know what's funny?
You know, wait. You talking about defense in the fucking All-Star game? The only person that plays defense in the All-Star game is fucking James Harden.
Yeah.
But you know, it just goes to show the level of respect and threat that KD is to LeBron.
Nah, LeBron's like this. Look, I want my NBA careers. I want to get my rings easy. You are not. I don't need an obstacle.
I don't think Durant plans on ever leaving Golden State. There's no point. Why leave? Why?
You're right.
I mean, I can't say.
It's like Steph Curry admitted he picked up Giannis because he was not gonna get dunked on like he did on that All-Star game. When he went fetal position, you know, remember that?
You know, you wanna know something about Giannis? How he hopped clean over Tim Hardaway Jr. last week.
Son!
I mean, at least Tim Hardaway Jr. didn't jump. He
Nah.
let him go.
Nah. It was just as bad as when just as bad when Jason Terry got dunked on. Cause I'm literally watching.
When Jason Terry dunked. Oh, never mind. You know what? Let's not even go down there.
I'm watching the play and I'm like, oh no,
For Mount Olympus, Zeus teabagged him.
nuts in the face and then dragged all the way to the front of the court. At least he didn't get Mozgov.
Oh, he got Jordan style.
At least
Did he hang on the rim? And
No, he just dunked it.
He just dunked it.
Okay.
He
That's
jumped.
respectful.
He jumped from Mount Olympus. I don't think him trying to hang on and be like the first thing to stick it up.
That's respectful. You know, he didn't swing balls in his face. He didn't actually.
What you talking about? He dragged him from the fucking free throw line, balls first, all the way to the fucking rim. Dunked on.
He didn't
My
hang.
man brought him dragging balls. He dragged his balls across his face.
But he didn't hang though. Like, that's worse.
He's dead, and our player's injured.
No, he's dead, but you gotta see it like this. Like, imagine, like, you know, yeah, you got dragged and everything, but you know what? He let your shame in. He could have hung there and just swung with balls and dick all in your face. Now, you gotta go to the locker room. Now, imagine we're in the locker room.
He used his dick and Tim Hardaway's face with a wiffle ball when he made that dunk. You know, he got the wiffle ball like, come on, Junior, you got it.
But see it like this, yo. Y'all in the locker room taking off sneakers like, yo, damn, man, Giannis, he had to dunk on you like that. Alright,
Hold up.
But just listen, he dragged your ball.
Come on, Junior, hit the wiffle ball. That was that hit. Come on, Junior, you got this wiffle ball.
But it's
Wiffle
like, you
ball.
know, the ball's got dragged
Wiffle
across
ball.
his face. Yeah, that's bad.
He got hit like a wiffle ball.
But think about
Tim
it.
Hardaway Jr. was a wiffle ball.
Imagine you got
Like that was the
you
T-ball.
got a nigga's dick sitting on the bridge of your nose. Imagine that. And then you just there with a nigga's dick on the bridge of your nose.
He probably had a taste of his gooch or something. I don't know.
But can you imagine that meme? That would be a meme forever.
He is a meme forever.
You can't, like, there's no, like, Tom Brady is already one of the greatest memes in history for breaking the Jordan meme. No one does that. No one beats the Jordan meme. That's it. Once you got the Jordan face on you, you lose. You're done. That's it. But he did break it. So imagine that falls across the face. Imagine if they Jordan meme. They should actually.
They should Jordan meme him.
I would.
I'm fucking Jordan meme the next because you know Porzingis got injured. He's
Oh,
done.
God.
That was fucking terrible.
And what's his home name they drafted got injured too?
Cool.
The French dude and the took a look in the Mount Canalica.
Oh,
He's injured, but I don't think he's not season injury.
I know
right?
you're talking about.
Like Porzingis is done.
I don't know how to pronounce his name.
The darkest nigga on the team.
Frank.
I just know Frank.
Frank
We
is.
can't. No. We can't just call him Frank, because the last Frank the Knicks drafted before him was an ABA bum. Remember that they drafted a Frank over Amari Stoudemire back then, so we cannot just frankly thought the name Frank.
Well, what kind of bum?
Shut
What
the
kind
fuck
of
Frank
bum?
Williams.
What kind
Remember
of
Frank Williams?
Yeah, no.
Shut-
Frank Williams.
Shut-
We're not gonna just be like, oh, call him Frank. Remember the last Frank the Knicks drafted before French Frank or whatever you want to call him, Bonjour Frank or whatever you could call him. I don't know how to say his last name. I'm not gonna disrespect his name. So I'm just calling him French Frank or whatever.
Cool.
All right. I guess to prove that statement, let's fuck him up.
Who?
Oh man.
Frank Williams. He was drafted 03? I think it was not 03 because that was LeBron's time.
02.
02.
02.
Yeah, they drafted him before Amari Stoudemire. And guess where they led to? Nowhere.
Oh my god.
I mean, those are the Starberry years. There was nothing you can do.
It's like, yo,
Starberry, man. He ain't had no years. How many
talk
years?
about wasted money. The Clippers wasted the money by giving Lou Williams an extension.
What's good, my ninja?
The Clippers wasted money by
I'm sorry.
giving fucking what's this coach name? Fucking laryngitis. Christian Bell's Batman a coaching position after they constantly lose, and then you allow him to have.
Some of the first coach that was ever on a trading block?
Yeah,
Doc Rivers?
that's his name. I fucking forgot. I had a brain fart. I wasn't even trying to be sarcastic.
That's the let's put that in there. I could be wrong for what I know. Maybe they did some shit earlier, but like I never seen a coach put on a trading block. Never witnessed that shit.
Wow.
I mean, he gives
So-
excuses like he's still a player.
Just off topic. Your boy Frank Williams ain't doing too good. In 2009, he got arrested on drug charges in Illinois at a time after the agent seized 78 grams of marijuana, digital scale, and a 40 caliber handgun. Frank Williams was charged with unlawful possession of marijuana, unlawful possession of marijuana with intent to deliver. But his son is playing basketball, so it's good. So it's the only thing good that came out of that.
But anyway,
He had a kid in France. I don't know.
but anyway, back to stay on the
The Bronvaliers, the Cleveland Bronvaliers.
the Cleveland Browns.
The Cleveland Bronvaliers.
First and foremost, they
The land. Cleveland Bronvaliers. Come to the land.
leave the
Oh,
land.
Cleveland.
You know, you always it's perfect.
Those jerseys. Let's get into those jerseys. Bruh. Like who? First off, you gotta take the Memphis Grizzlies colors.
The land.
The land.
These
The
RPG
land.
characters.
What kind of Minecraft shit is this? The land.
Yeah,
Is
the
this
land.
what we doing? The land.
Pretty much.
What person thought of this marketing idea? Should get fired.
Probably LeBron. But you're not gonna fire him even if it flops.
Did that.
I mean, are you gonna go to LeBron and be like, "Look, that idea wasn't good"? Really? I think I should trade myself then.
It's nothing. Yeah. But wait now. He's gonna go to the Lakers. That's still in the air.
If LeBron James goes to the Lakers, they still won't win the ring.
No, expect him to win a ring. Hell no.
But why the fuck would LeBron go anywhere and not get a ring?
It's LeBron, bro.
I mean,
But anyway, back to Cleveland.
It's Cleveland.
Sorry. Back to Believe in the Lies land,
Back to
Cleveland.
Neverland.
whatever the fuck. Cleveland hit the
Cleveland.
fucking doomsday button and got rid of almost the
Cleveland.
entire fucking staff.
Cleveland.
guys, this season isn't looking too good. What do you guys want to do?
Trade-
What do you think?
Abort mission.
Trade-
Abort.
This is what happened. Oh man, we're in fourth. What teams did we lose
Wait,
to?
no,
we
that's-
lost to the Magic.
By
they got one.
38. And those bum ass fake Memphis Grizzly jerseys.
But the magic of all, oh my god.
They lost to the Knicks.
Jonathan
They almost
Simmons
lost twice to the Knicks. And last but not least, I
They got
think
spicked by Houston too.
Oh,
That's when
pretty
LeBron
bad.
gave him
that was
look.
capital. That was capital punishment. Like,
Yeah, it was.
James Harden MVP. That's all I'm gonna say.
Y'all gonna learn today.
James Harden MVP.
but
That's all I'm saying.
It's definitely looking that way.
But anyway, it's like they were all sitting down in the office. It's like, LeBron came in and goes like, so these are the niggas that you brought for. Yeah, Isaiah Thomas is a great player. Get him the fuck out of here. It was like basically like
I won't say
it was like
He got traded because he spoke up to LeBron. He committed a cardinal sin.
Yup.
He
He
raised
said,
his
we
voice to LeBron.
all lose together, win together, blah 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 blah. LeBron's like, sorry, yo, Tristan, somebody's thinking I talk about me right now. Yeah,
you know something's bad when he's actually talking about Tristan Thomas.
No, Tristan, I like you, man.
I remember the last time
You make
Tristan
it-
Thomas was knocked his face off the game. LeBron was being LeBron. LeBron Diva.
You know what I
LeBron being
think
LeBron
Tristan
Diva.
is? Tristan is like that. He's like that friend that just agrees with everything. You know what? Damn, yo. I think I could really get rid of the whole team, man. Damn, you really gonna do that, bro? I think you can do it, man. You probably could do it, man. You the man. Of course you could do it, bro.
LeBron is like Gargamel and fucking Tristan Thompson is the cat that keeps on laughing at everything.
Alright, put it like this. I'll explain it like this, right? Tyronn Lue is... He's
Bash
pretty...
him over that cat named again.
Tyronn Lue is the cup and everybody else is the water. And what I mean by that is... Granted, most people...
Nah, Tyronn Lue, yeah, he's a cup.
You could drink...
And LeBron's the balls that's gonna be on his face. That's what
Like,
it is.
you could drink out of a cup, but you don't necessarily need a cup to drink out of. It's just there. You don't need the cup. Like right now, you use a cup, but always use something else.
So, Mr. Lou, how do you think the season's gonna end up?
You on the trading block?
He ain't got nothing to say. He ain't got nothing to say, man.
He just Kanye shrugged and cup.
I mean,
That joke was so bad. That's like a fucking Family Guy ripoff. I don't know what the fuck is wrong.
he'll be okay.
Anyway,
Poor guy. He under a lot of stress.
what stress?
Come on, you have to babysit LeBron.
Come on.
That's hard.
Him leaving the Cavs would be kind of a good thing for him because he can actually go to a team where he can coach. We will find out. Same thing I ask myself every time I see Kerr even fucking wake up in the morning. Like Kerr just wakes up every day like, damn, can I even coach a team? Can I?
I mean,
That is Mark Jackson's team. Mark Jackson built that team.
okay.
Next!
Man, they're done. They ain't got nothing.
Tell me something I don't know.
The fourth best team in the East is 30-25 from Indiana, called the Pacers, led by Victor Oladipo. Just want to put that out there.
And on that note, we're going to end this conversation.
I mean, the East sucks, what can you say?
But anyway, we got Cleveland jerseys. Cleveland jerseys suck. Cleveland's team sucks. And it's like, Cleveland at this point, they're like the East Coast New York Jets of basketball.
Wow.
I was arguing with...
Broadway and Broad.
It's like, put it this way, it's like with, it's like I was arguing with one of my friends after Eagles won the Super Bowl, and they were like, oh, I'm a Jets fan. I'm just sitting there, I'm talking to her, I'm like, but you're a Jets fan. Giants have the second worst record in the entire National Football League, and people still think the Jets suck more.
Yeah.
It's like, you're just there. Like, no one cares about a team with ETS attached to your name. No one cares about the Nets. No one cares about the Jets. No one cares about the fucking Mets. You're just there.
Royal.
You're not royal. It's like the ETS in New York is like a fucking STD. A sports transmitted disease. Like, you were bound to lose. You're just... It's over. Give up.
Ecological transmitted cyst.
I mean, but every year there's always a team that comes from nowhere.
That will never be them.
Oh, I never said it would be that.
'Cause
The
like,
Mets could have been that.
Well, no,
The top seed in all of MLB baseball, and they choked.
2015.
3 games in a row, they choked.
And then we got, when they was like it was like 20 games left in the season, and all they needed to do was win 2 games, and they would have been in the playoffs. You know what they decided to do? Choke. And you know how their season ended? Fucking 360 spin strikeout to Jose Reyes.
Can't lose in the playoffs if you never make it.
Exactly.
Very true.
You know, a lot of people in New York used to get this one checked out for ETS.
The only New York team that actually got us the championship was the Astros.
Yep.
All I'm gonna say, the Astros, the New York Astros.
Terrible. We, you know, I hate talking about this shit because this shit, it's like...
America is fucking stupid.
That's one point, but I really hate having to fucking talk about common sense.
How are they this stupid? Wow.
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 Clockwork Orange decided he thinks that our teachers should be armed with guns after, you know, the numerous shootings that have been
Cheeto,
first, you know. But I mean,
President
considering
Bobby Lashley's manager.
considering there's like 50 million fucking reasons of common sense of why that doesn't work. You know, one half of the New York Knicks colors decided.
Not even half.
Our president Spalding basketball decided to now
Cleveland
finish
Browns.
bronze.
Because they get no W's. But
They don't get bronze. Bronze is third place. You gotta win something.
bronze, as in LeBron, as in like he takes an L too.
Look, it's like Cleveland Cavaliers.
But anyway,
I had a joke for that, but wait, that's not the topic.
can we seriously talk about how many reasons why it's a dumbass idea to give teachers guns instead of giving them a fucking higher salary for actually educating our students?
Daquan, you put that chewing gum down. You put that chewing gum.
First off, I'm sorry, but the day that ever happens, if I ever have kids, my kids will be homeschooled. My kids should not have to go to a place to learn, knowing that the teacher has to carry a firearm. Because, like, first off, it's stupid to even think of that idea. Yes, mass shooters happens, kids get bullied. Sad. But at the same time, putting a gun in a teacher's hand not only makes it hard for your kid to believe they're safe in that school, but there's kids do fucked up shit. There are some teachers that get tortured by these kids on an everyday basis.
Listen, let's interject right there, because the source of it happening is not the reason why we should be having this conversation. The obvious conversation I feel like we should be having is, why is this actually a thing? It's like I wanted to avoid this topic because it's just off the sheer stupidity of it's so fucking stupid. I don't have an opinion. I feel like Marvin in the back of the car, and like I'm about to get my fucking head blown off because I'm about to say I don't even have a fucking opinion because I'm so fucking dumbfounded about the utter stupidity of it.
Thanks to President Spalding, our POTUS, Spalding basketball.
Listen, leave the fucking droog alone and like if. All right, Joe, say something.
Because for some reason, someone wants to believe that putting a firearm in the hands of a teacher is much more efficient than dealing with the staff that lets everything go by on a daily basis. Children are being bullied, they're being ostracized, they're being made fun of, put down for anything. Class, religion, disabilities. And there are teachers who sit there and just let this happen. There are counselors who don't think it's as serious as it is. Principals who just let it slide for whatever reason. So schools get shot up because that kid can't take it no more.
It sucks.
So what happens to be the problem? Instead of finding ways to, you know, deal with this behavior or learn how to deal with mental disabilities or anything of the sort, we're gonna arm our fucking teachers.
It's not gonna make the situation
We're gonna
better.
arm the staff and the teachers because that makes a difference. As if in this day and age we don't have people getting shot just because of the color of their skin or just because you don't like them or because you had a disagreement with somebody related to them. There are people who teach in this world that have disabilities. So you mean to tell me you want to put a gun in the hands of somebody who could probably be a known racist and have a class full of black students and shoot a black student off the say-so of he tried to attack me when that boy was in his bag getting a pencil? Or how about the Spanish boy who's sitting there listening to music, or the Spanish girl who's combing her hair? They get shot by a teacher because they felt threatened.
Nah, it's more than that though.
Or the opinionated student who speaks out against the teacher because they feel the teacher isn't teaching up to the standards they feel they should be learning at. So now they're being seen as disobedient, they're making fun of the teacher feels some type of way, and then boom, you got a dead student. Who lives to tell that tale? The teacher. The one with the gun. What's stopping that said teacher from clapping the whole class and saying that they tried to revolt against them?
Like I was
And then they could
plead
plead insanity and probably get the charges dropped. And depending on the context of their skin, like wasn't it Brock Turner or whatever, they get the insanity plea, get taken for some damn McDonald's, and have nothing done to them.
Like I said, I was actually touching that earlier when we kind of insert why we talk about this topic. Like I said, bullies, like I agree with you, like kids get bullied every day. There's only been so much they get to take and that's done. But at the same time, those kids that get bullied, we have same kids that are fucked up individuals too, or how they treat teachers.
It's fucked up in general, and it's
Yeah.
and this stuff is being let pass. They're not saying
Like I
nothing
said,
about it. It's not being
that's
addressed.
what-
It's being
that's right.
swept under the rug.
No, that is being swept under the rug, but at the same time, like what teachers go through is just as much what kids getting bullied go through. Because like there's laws that kick in, like you can't touch him because he's a minor, or like a parent won't see their kids wrong nowadays. For kids lashing out, because now parents is like, why do you fail my kids?
And it's
More instead of why did my kid fail? It's like the teacher gets blamed by the parents for their kids fucking up.
Yeah, that's another thing I was going to go into, because there are a lot of people who are out here having kids and they do not know how to raise them because they are kids themselves.
Yeah.
Now here's the issue here. There's supposed to be a connection with the person that's educating your child. Your child's educator, you're supposed to know what's going on in there. I don't give a damn what parent you are. You cannot come and claim that your child is a saint, an angel, the best child in the world, and you don't even know what the fuck your child is doing in school. Sneak up on them one time. Come sit in their classroom, talk to the teacher, be involved in their education, and maybe you will find out if your child's bad. If your child's bad at home, what the fuck makes you think he ain't being a fucking nuisance in his classroom?
No, those things should be done. But it's like I said, with teachers with guns like that, teachers go through the same thing. Just like this bullies kids, and like if you put a gun in that teacher's hand, that teacher may do something. That one of those kids or that group of kids may do something that's gonna make that teacher snap. Like you mentioned, and one of those kids getting a bullet up the ass. Again,
Up the
cat.
ass. No, it's headshot season.
It's like that one kid's gonna be taken out.
Let's also
because
put
of
this
that.
into perspective. You got that one little badass kid that, you know, just thinks he's the shit. So you're gonna give a teacher who's about like 70 something a pistol? She can't even aim the damn thing.
The wrong kid's gonna get shot because of that.
Not even the wrong kid's gonna get shot. They might knock her down and take the damn gun. Now we got another school shooting off a firearm that was designated for a teacher. What sense does this shit make to be arming teachers with fucking firearms? What sense? How about you arm them with better classrooms and better textbooks? How about you arm them with better supplies so they can actually teach these students? How about you arm them with accurate fucking textbooks so they can know their history and not the colonizers had been given land by the natives? How the fuck can you find something and discover something that already had natives living on it? Native Americans, native to America. How can it be discovered if somebody's already living it? Maybe if you arm them with the fucking items and things that they need for these schools to run better, you wouldn't be thinking about, hey, let's arm them with guns. Get shit together.
And then think about it, you're gonna arm a teacher with a firearm, that's more money you're spending, so you might as well just take that and just give them a higher raise. Might as well pay them more if you're gonna do that.
Or fund the damn schools.
For the schools, like you're spending more money, get a firearm and put it in every teacher's hand, have them take a psych eval to use that firearm, and then do another background check to use that firearm, and to give them a firearm. You're actually spending more money on that than you would if you would have actually invested more money in different departments for kids. So it's like you're in the lose, because like you're kind of like, once again, hey, we want to do extra stuff, but we're not doing some of our money correctly.
So here's something related but yet unrelated at the same time. With the gun scandal that's going on, well, I wouldn't even call it a gun scandal, the gun epidemic with the mass shootings and school shootings that's going on, there are actually people who are outraged because Dick's Sporting Goods decided that they are not selling assault class weapons anymore, nor are they selling to anyone under the age of 21.
You know, the assault class is kind of like, meh. It's just made up. They just added assault words to it. It's just added on to it, because like...
But the point is that there are people upset that they're not selling their guns to people who are under 21.
Nah. Well, those would be salty. But like I said...
At least they decided to do something different about it. At least they decided to try to give a solution or try to be part of the solution. What the fuck have you done lately besides say, let's give teachers guns?
If you have to put assault in it, if you have to use assault for any type of weapon, do you know that that's the true intention? So like, because the definition of assault is to harm others. So if you have to put assault in front of anything, it's like, you know your intention of using that firearm for. So it's like, it kind of defeats the purpose of making your statement kind of true if you're gonna kind of do that.
Oh no, because then they'll just try to give them PDWs. And that can range from a submachine gun to a shotgun to a pistol to a fucking longsword.
Yeah.
Whatever could classify to them as a PDW. That's personal defense weapon for those who don't know.
Okay. To kind of give my opinion on the situation, I was looking up fucking New York City actually gun laws and shit like that. Found out that you could technically under grand restrictions from the commissioner of the New York City and state, we can walk around with guns if we're over 21 and over. It's a lot of fun. Like, I was under the impression that, you know, it's very, now mind you, growing up in the neighborhoods that we've all grown up in, you can see how amazingly easy it is for us to buy an illegal firearm. It's fairly fucking easy to do. But I feel like with the actual topic at hand when it comes to guns in general is either it's a tricky it's actually to me a tricky situation when it comes to firearms, because you want to make sure like the school is prepared, but there's no easy answer for everyone to be happy, because at the end of the day, you have people that wholeheartedly feel some type of way about the situation, either pro or con, but the situation has that within itself, the way it's being handled, has nothing to do with that aspect. It has everything 100% to do with the immense amount of profit that the NRA and firearms actually produce in this country, and just the culture behind it.
They make enough, like, so it's
Yeah.
like, they don't have to like.
No, I just feel like I feel like honestly, when it comes to, it will be, you gotta like to look at it from their business perspective to actually focus on school. They're not gonna do that. That's a dream and a half that we're not seeing for at least another 2 more years. To give every teacher a firearm, it's unrealistic. It'll never happen. It's like Trump's wall being successful. It's just not gonna happen.
What wall?
Exactly. I think it's not like, it's like I'm trying to find the words to say it without like sounding too incoherent. I think it's time for us as citizens. I mean, New York is a little bit different compared to other places where these type of
Red
things.
states.
Yeah. Citizens need to be governing other citizens. It's crazy because, matter of fact, a few days ago, this is, I believe, in Connecticut. Apparently, father walked in, checked his whole rifle case and stuff like that because he has more rifles. And all his rifles were gone. They shut down the whole district, let all the kids out early, and yeah, kind of maybe avoided a situation, or maybe he just got robbed for all his guns. Why you have a whole fucking case of rifles? I honestly think guns need to be regulated. 1, 2. I honestly need to think that in order for...
We all agree to that.
Honestly think that in order for children to learn, be safe and secure within the school system, and to grow as the individual that anyone will hope their child will be successful in. Well, not any child. There are some evil people out there, but in any actuality, we need to defend our teachers with the mental stability of them being able to take care of the kids under their tutelage as much as the kids can accept a random stranger they will get to know within that aspect of 6 to 10 months that they're usually in school, regardless of, depending on which state you go to, that it's okay for them to be trusted. The disconnect of trust and disconnect of just emotional aspects between generations is, to me, it's what the problem is. And then you have different households that are instilling different generational traits in their kids. But then they go into the environment and everyone has the same environment that they're growing up in. Until you go to a different environment and that's different. You go to a different environment and that's different. It's like, if like me being, like when I was younger, I used to like sing, I used to act. At a very young age, I decided, growing up from the hood, my preferred genre music was not even rap, it was more preferably gangster rap. I have more Shay Davis and Young Jeezy on my iPod than I ever have Hamilton or Grease or any type of Broadway shows, but I was pushing to sing on Broadway theater. That was almost my college major and shit like that. It's just a whole different aspect of certain people just, it takes the transition from being in your comfortable environment to another environment. We need to teach everybody that it's okay to be yourself anywhere, but it's also okay to be adaptable in any type of environment. Because I feel like that's where all the problems start. Because there's not enough textbooks that can teach you how to survive. Because we do not teach that in school. A lot of people don't even teach that at home because once they hit of a certain age, like after let's give it first grade, you'll see your kids when they come home from school, when they eat, when they go to sleep, and for the weekends, if you're there or if you don't send it up to your grandmother's, there's a big gap in in between of a time in your life that your parents do not see the kids. The school system literally has your child for a great portion of their life. I think we need to work together to fix the system in regards of making it a safer environment. Not just we're gonna take guns away, not just we need to be ultra realistic about the history of America and all that other stuff. It's about teaching them about the environment and having them own and be confident in their own individuality. So it might just be a better option compared to anything else. That's just my opinion. And I don't know if I made sense because I'm horrible in explaining this type of shit, but I don't know. What you think?
There's one thing I forgot to touch on. The drills that they take in case there's an active shooter. A child made an excellent point. They said, yeah, we did this drill if there was an active shooter. But what if it's the active shooter somebody was taking the drills with them?
I mean, it's like, put it this way.
And that could be teacher or senior.
Yeah, that's 100% correct. And this is like, it's like kind of like, you know, back in like World War II after like they dropped the like nukes, so you know, on Nagasaki and Hiroshima. They literally was doing drills which required people to hide under fucking desks thinking that's gonna stop them from a fucking nuclear bomb. Nowadays, we don't have that because we know if a fucking nuke went off here, we're fucked. That's how that happens. But, you know, it's doing it in terms of calming everybody down because, oh, this is gonna keep everybody safe. They're looking at it as that just won't happen, that's out of the question. And, you know, it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't type of situation. But I honestly think if we start teaching kids and start, you know, teaching kids in the environment, changing the environment that it's okay to actually be your fucking self. You know, especially, and it's like, you know, when you're in high school and when you're in college, you know, it's like you're more of an adult. You can handle it like an adult. This is more or less for kids that don't know any better growing up, and they get instilled with this hatred and bigotry as they grow up. We need to teach them. We need to like heal the environment that these kids are living in before anything. I think that will stop. I think honest and, you know, for any and then aspects of adults that do commit these heinous, you know, fucking acts. Just the obvious precautions of, I think anybody that's buying a weapon, even if it's a fucking BB gun, needs a fucking mental needs an eval and thorough background checks. It's the thing that like I'm even like I'm getting upset and aggravated even announcing it because that should be common fucking sense.
That's a superpower.
And that's what fucking sucks. But I don't know. That's my thought on that. Final thoughts, because the battery about to die.
Best way to do this is, yes, background checks, thorough background checks, because anyone picking up a gun will have some loose screws in their heads. 2, like putting armed teachers with guns in a teaching environment is not a smart thing to do, because your kids will not feel safe in any environment they walk to, knowing that your teacher's armed, and like your neighborhood that you grow, people have guns, so it's like they can't feel safe nowhere. Like, yes, the school is like another environment, but like some kids see school as a safe place, a safe haven. So it's like knowing you teach them a gun, that's not a safe haven you go back to.
Honestly, this whole situation, this whole system, it needs a rewrite. It's honestly fucked, and it's not really gonna get much better so long as we got the idea of teachers having firearms. If they entertain this, it's definitely it's not good for kids at all. We're gonna have children dying more. We're gonna have more insanity cases. We're gonna have a shit ton of more school shootings. It's literally putting the teachers against the kids they don't like. And it makes it harder for kids to actually build the relationship with their educators because they have to have that lingering fear over their head that if they step out of line, they have that lingering fear that if they step out of line, their educators are gonna shoot them.
That's not something that we need. And that's why I said what I said about just healing the environment that these kids are, are under. Because I feel like if you heal the environment as a child, they will be a lot better off as adults. I honestly believe if you cut the shit out when they're young, they will be more willing, they will be more able to handle it as an adult. So shit like this doesn't happen. It doesn't happen overnight. This will take a good 20 to 30 years. But
You know what teachers actually need? They need more dry erase markers, and they need a microwave that works in their laboratory. Oh, you gotta get the other one.
Why you trying to be Hoodie Mellow over here?
what's poppin', guys?
Hoodie Mellow.
Welcome back to This Is Why We Can't Have Nights podcast. This is
Mellow.
Carmelo Anthony, aka
Think we got Lil Mac. Yeah, what for you fight me?
Yeah, what's going on? This is
Nigga stole my bike.
Hoodie Mellow.
Nigga stole my bike.
This is less than light skinned Matthias.
You had one shot.
Now I will have the spirit of the L taker given to me. But welcome to This Is Why We Can't Have Nights podcast. This is Matthias, aka Fiona Nova's husband, baby daddy / thirst bucket.
Watch you get him a straight on against your ass.
He ain't never gonna smash.
That's Fiona Nova's White Knight over here.
Nigga, there.
Sakura slash!
They're in the comments to the fucking Lance. Back, I say.
Back away, heathen! Don't touch my princess. I am the White Knight, Matthias thy else. Ah!
The immortal White Knight.
No more the right night, Danny Rand! But welcome to This Is Why We Can't Have Nights podcast. This is Matthias.
The White Knight. I'm not dead, but this is show enough. Some short lady.
Oh,
This shit reminds me of a goddamn sitcom opening.
Like everywhere you look, everywhere you look.
Is that how like?
Terrible.
Cue my theme song. Oh, hey.
We're terrible human beings. But like to get straight into it, this Sunday, I believe it's this Sunday or is it next Sunday, the Academy Awards is going to be on TV, and we get to officially watch the movie that should be Best Picture, Get Out, get snubbed by a movie that probably none of us will
The
play.
Greatest Showman.
Shut the fuck up. Anyway,
probably has Meryl Streep in it. She always gets on.
actually, Meryl Streep she got nominated, I believe, the most, but she only got 2.
Well, thank goodness, but she always racks up.
I mean, she gets awards, but like
She don't need to win nothing else. She kind of like
For real.
take the soul of every director she works with.
She does. That's what I said. That's why I was like, yo, like, probably gonna get something.
She's like the Maleficent of the freaking Hollywood.
you know what y'all need to do? Y'all need to Get Out, because we're about to talk about Get Out, and that was so corny.
Best comedy ever?
Leave him alone.
He's fine.
Are you done?
No, are you done?
Are you done yet?
Are you done?
Are you done yet?
But it's kind of shocking to me. I'm actually more surprised that Get Out is nominated for Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Male
Actor.
Best lead actor in the lead role by you know, Daniel Kaluuya. And yeah, it's kind of like the reason why I want to speak on Get Out so much is not the obvious undertone and the theme of the movie. It's the little shadiness that goes on with
Stuck
it.
it to the man. It's stuck it to the man.
Nah, here's the theory. Here's the thing. An article came out recently, I think like a day ago or something like that, that stated that older Academy members refuse to watch Get Out. Older Academy members refuse to watch Get Out, and
That sounds like a bitch move. That Academy office smelled like bitch.
yeah, and it's like I
It
guess
smelled like bitch in that office. They don't want to watch a movie.
it smelled like bitch in
It
here.
smelled like straight bitch. Bacon, eggs, and bitch.
Like, you got a necklace. Never stop. But honestly, it kind of if that is true, it subconsciously proves the point. It subconsciously proves the point of the movie itself.
They woke up in the morning and it smelled like bitch.
That too, but
Best
honestly-
part of waking up,
honestly,
smelling like bitch.
I honestly think the Argo might happen. They don't get best director and Mr. Peel, but they might win Best Picture or
Now they're going to The Greatest Showman.
shut the
Watch.
fuck up. Shut up.
It's gonna happen.
Shut. I don't need to envision that.
You're gonna see Hugh Jackman talking about, I got something over that horrendous movie with that Tommy Wiseau guy who's like a real American. Like, how? Got what I deserved.
I don't. So like a lot of people say I can't make movies, so I made my own.
Well, I'm gonna let that go.
But honestly, I honestly feel like I honestly think Daniel deserves Best Actor, and I honestly think that Jordan Peele
I think
deserves
drinking
Best
tea
Picture.
for white people and you learn the effect of it is traumatizing. They should give him just because of that.
It's happening to people all over Williamsburg at this particular moment. But
People around us here, we gotta be careful.
exactly. But I honestly think within the obvious racial undertones and the false animosity that this movie received, because you can't deny this movie's greatness. Even if you take away everything about the movie, it's still just a great experience watching the movie. And it's just, I just, you know, after the success of Moonlight and everything else, I really think that we wasn't going to be represented on that stage and on that platform for a long period of time. So to see Get Out nominated for the awards that it has, I'm off. It's amazing, but I'm more questioning the fact of whether is this for the actual culture or it's just filling a quota. So opinions?
Are you ready yet?
We fucking made it. That's all I got to say.
I'm just saying, it deserved everything it got. First off, it was a laugh in the face when they tried to make it a comedy.
We ain't gonna talk about that.
Well, it just had to be put it out there. But I wanted to get Best Picture of the Year. Jordan Peele get Best Director. Daniel Kaluuya, that's his name, right?
Yes.
Get Best Actor. But, you know, when Hollywood was controlled by colonizers, something's getting snubbed. Something's getting snubbed. And the award is going to go to The Greatest Showman. So I'm going to put that out there.
Okay, anyway. But my question now I'm gonna pose to you guys is, do you think that they actually think it's one of the best films in the world? And they're doing this maybe for the culture of representation for black filmmakers and what the movie represents? Or you think they're trying just to fill a quota? Like they're just affirmative action the whole fucking film of it being nominated?
I can go both ways. Both ways, because they personally didn't want to put it up there, but the number of fans that enjoyed the movie kind of overshadowed their choices. So they're going to put it in there. But also, it was definitely an amazing movie for it to be put in that category. So it's two ways with that, my personal opinion.
Get Out is a movie that makes you have to watch it twice.
Definitely is.
It's one of those movies that you have to watch again just so you can go back and catch everything that you happen to miss. So the fact that it got nominated is nothing short of, well, we seen this shit coming. The problem with this is because of what the movie represents and how it paints, well, I'll say it, I'll just outright say it, how it paints white people.
Colonizers.
The light it paints them in is displeasing. So it's there.
It's flabbergasted though.
It's there literally for affirmative action. Because if you look, well, I can't speak for all white people, but I can speak for the ones that was in the theater where I was at when I went to see the movie. Any and everything that happened involving the black people was a hoot and a holler for them, to use their own terms against them. The maid walking up who already got get outed, it's hilarious to them. The way the groundskeeper who was their grandfather was looking at them, funny. The auction, hilarious. The fact that they thought that the TSA was the police at the end of the movie and in their disappointed size, well, that was funny for me. So, if the majority is more like the white people that were in that audience, it's there literally for affirmative action, just so there's nothing that we can complain about. Like, it didn't get nominated or they didn't recognize the greatness that that film was. The nationality, we all know its chances of actually winning is like next to none. It's just there to try to say, here you go, you did something, here's a pat on the back.
Here's a cookie. What, a chocolate chip cookie?
Yes.
Here you go.
But honestly, like I feel like honestly the Academy is literally like, a part of me wants to believe that they honestly think this movie is good, just like they thought Moonlight was good. Like for Moonlight, it was like a fucking meteorite hit them and it's like, oh my god, this is fucking perfect.
I want them to think
It's like
I'm speaking from a reality.
yeah, and it's like, and like that's why, and that's why I'm thinking about from the perspective of the whole Moonlight situation. Like honestly, Moonlight was basically it was a film about African Americans in an urban environment, and then it's touched on the LGBT community. So like I'm literally explaining it in the way that these ignorant people will really like get it, and that's probably how they took it. So he goes like, oh my god, this is like a fucking gold mine. This is great, and it's like, okay, wow. And it's like now between that and now we do wow, it's like, oh man, like they're really, it's a very creative way about like it's an interesting movie. It's a very interesting movie, not knowing it's like there's a lot of truth to that movie, and both the most literal sense and the metaphorical sense that it gives. But anyway, I honestly think for the past few years, the Academy has been backpedaling from what the fuck they did to Selma. When they snubbed Selma of any, like from the awards, it rightfully should have gotten
the year.
Well, not even album of the year for best picture, best director, best actor, any type of awards.
Everything towards it.
Because someone literally said from the Academy, that Selma was historically inaccurate towards white people. And mind you, at this time, I was talking to someone in relation to Colin. She was white, and then I lost my shit. Like, I completely lost my shit. And I was like, oh, you're right, it is. And I said, you're right, it is historically inaccurate because it was 30 times fucking worse than what you are saying that it is. So you're right, it's very historically fucking inaccurate. And I think from the fact of that, it's like you can't really go back to it from there. And it is a train wreck and a half to get to here, but it's like, I really want more movies like Get Out to kind of show its way to the front foot. With like, I don't really care much about the awards and the validation. I just want more movies like it to be made. That's my honest opinion about it. What about you?
I agree. Like, if the movie's good, regardless of what the topic is, she get validation. What it is. Because when Hollywood do twist or some stuff, they have a tendency of like kind of washing it down for what actually happened. Nowadays, most movie watchers and everybody that's starting to get into movies want like the blatant truth. They want the hard facts. They want the actual visuals. So like, they don't mind the dirty truth, the ugly truth. So like, if you're gonna talk about history, don't just the good and put bad. You do the good, the bad, and the ugly. So if you're gonna talk about something, go all the way with it. Good, bad, and ugly. That's my input to that.
Just to jump on some of what you said, the good, bad, and the ugly, the raw truth is now starting to come out in movies as it's slowly being stripped away from actual textbooks that, you know...
Let's not speak about those books.
No, we're going to speak about that. The actual truth is coming out in movies rather than being in textbooks that you can get for free, that you can read about in stores. Instead, they want you to go to the movies and find out stuff where you can just sit there and ponder it and wonder if it's true or wonder if it's fiction, because it's not there for you to definitely read. And they'll put it like, i.e. in Black Panther, how Killmonger talks about, you know, bury him next to his ancestors who jumped from the boats, because, you know, death's better than bondage. So that's just implications to slavery and such. But I'm pretty sure in a lot of these textbooks that's coming out nowadays, they're slowly trying to remove the fact that slavery was even a thing.
Oh, they're trying to remove colonization was never a thing.
Next thing you know, they're gonna say like, "Oh no, we went to Africa and they willingly joined us."
No, they already did that. They already done that.
They willingly joined us and decided to stay at the bottom of our boats as a favor, and then they built our land for us and said we could have all the credit.
Oh, they said the same thing about Native Americans. Oh, the Native Americans gave us land for us to move into. Like they had done that like years ago.
No, you came raped and pillaged. So the truth is selling because those who know the truth want to see it represented in some way, shape, or form. So they're still finding a way to make money off of our history and history in general. So then it kind of like, contort the truth, and you'll start to wonder, well, how much shit in these movies is actually truthful, and how much of it is actually fiction, how much is actually just allowing it to be a movie, how much of this is just little snippets of the truth thrown in. Because mind you, they threw in some truth in Black Panther, and that's a sci-fi, well, yeah, I can call it sci-fi, action film. It's fiction.
Yeah.
But it was some real stuff that takes place in this actual time. It's some stuff that takes place in what we live in from day to day, thrown in it. Who's to say, well, I'm not gonna say, Wakanda's an actual place. Like, we got vibranium mines.
It is an actual place. We're gonna make it a place.
Listen, that's different. But what I'm saying is that they can throw in truth with fiction and just layer it like a green bean casserole, because that's their favorite thing. And we would never know the truth.
Unfortunately.
It contorts what we know and what they can just make up.
Why you read up on everything you do?
Like I said, the only thing I want is for more stuff like that just to be out in the forefront. I don't really care about the awards and the validation. I just want it to be made and for us to share it more and more compared to everything else, you know?
To quote his good friend Kendrick Lamar, he just wants to be heard.
Yeah. Yep. Sounds all right.
Ain't that right, man? Your good friend Kendrick.
Good friend Kendrick. We met at SOVs.
We're not gonna make this about me. It's on the wrong side.